Scott has a great blog where he talks about not necessarily being anti-VC, but being VC non-dependent.
Founder independence.
Yeah, he also has some other strategies with like hiring a non-Silicon Valley law firm. Hiring a non-Silicon Valley law firm. Scott Rayford's blog.
I think for me it was just when I was in high school, in junior high, and I guess I didn't have college in there, it was always being the one that was the assumed leader of any work group that I was in. Any sort of project that was being done, anything, I was always the kind of the person that would take the lead and make sure that it got done. And for whatever reason, it just meant that I felt like I had some, even if I was bullshitting it half the time, I felt like I had some leadership quality that allowed me to be there. And so kind of going through those steps made me realize that maybe I might be cut out for something like this. And then I built lots of Lego sets as a kid, and so I was always kind of creative, coming up with random things. So.
Mine came a little bit really early on in life, thinking that maybe I want to be a designer of things, and maybe that's a graphic designer. And then when the web came out, maybe that's a web designer, maybe that's a product designer. And I think it was when I was working for a hardware startup in the mid-90s that I'd come in to do marketing, but was doing a little bit of graphic design, a little bit of marketing, and a little bit of sales, and then it was like, oh wow, I think I've spent my 10,000 hours, my Malcolm Gladwell, they say like 10,000 hours to mastery for something. That what I hit upon was that I had spent the bulk of my early teens and 20s talking to people and really like taking the pulse of the room of like, what do people want? And so I'd spent all that time figuring out what people want and like channeling that into something, and then convincing them that they wanted that as well. And so I think it was an on-the-job sort of thing where I was already working for a Silicon Valley firm, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to work on product strategy and business development, like that sort of thing. But it wasn't. It did hit me over the head, like, oh, I could keep doing that. That thing is awesome. I'm going to just keep doing that and work in the entrepreneurship stuff as well.
So I think, like a lot of these guys, I've kind of always known from quite an early age that I wanted to start companies. It's kind of, I always just assumed one day I'd be running companies. There was never any alternative. And I think, tying back to Jason's comment from a previous question, if you're a true like entrepreneurial type person, you know, like you don't have a choice. There's nothing else. That's just what you have to do. You know, because let's not deny the fact that doing a startup is incredibly hard and painful unless you fundamentally have like no other choice. That's what you have to do. You're probably not gonna last all the way through. But what was the kind of the final straw that made me actually go and start my company? I was finished up at Stanford. I was working for a company, a startup that a friend had founded. And one day I just kind of looked at my Stanford loan, which is, Stanford's a very expensive school, and I had a huge amount of debt after I graduated. And I started calculating, if I just keep working like I am now and paying down this loan, it's going to take me 10 years. I don't want to be working for 10 years, so that's it. I'm just going to quit and do my company. And, I had to go into massive credit card debt again to get it started, but it turned out it worked out well because we ended up selling it and paid back all my loans, and now I'm debt free. So that was, I'm very happy that happened. It's not always going to happen that smoothly, but it's just that was the final straw that made me say I've got to do it. I've got to go start my company now.